I'm in Amsterdam, which is without a doubt the cannabis capital of the world. And that's because of the enormous, almost unbelievable interest that investors like you have in the marijuana boom. And believe me, that boom is coming to the tune of about $80 billion. But here's the real twist. For investing, it's not really Amsterdam that you want to be looking. Instead, we're looking right back in North America. Now, we at the Motley Fool have been pretty quiet on this growing marijuana trend until now. And that's because a little-known Canadian company just unlocked what some experts think could be the key to profiting off this huge emerging trend. With cannabis legalization sweeping over North America and experts predicting the U.S. industry to skyrocket to $80 billion by 2030, it's time for investors to start paying attention. Because whether or not you're planning on ingesting any THC yourself, you can't deny the monumental investing opportunity that a potentially $80 billion industry represents. But it's also a relatively new industry, untested, unproven. And that's why we're really struck by a game-changing deal that just went down between the Ontario government and a powerhouse Canadian company. And that company, which now has the opportunity to rake in profits from the $7 billion Canadian cannabis industry and the potentially $80 billion U.S. industry, is no stranger to us here at the Motley Fool. Because we've actually recommended this stock before and for completely different reasons. Take a look at how it's done since we recommended it to our members with an incredible 900% return and continued great business metrics. This intriguing company has locked in key partnerships with giants like Facebook, Amazon, and now the Ontario government. And even with all that, the CEO, who has $1.3 billion at stake, declared that he thinks they're only 2 to 3% into what this business could eventually become. We here at the Motley Fool are convinced we're only in the very early days of this company's trajectory, which means there could still be plenty more profit to be had for in-the-know investors who are prepared to take action. And here's the best part for me, this company's future does not hinge on marijuana. If all forms of THC were banned forever in the United States, we think this company would still have an incredible field of opportunity. That's why we recommended it in the first place. But now that there's an estimated $80 billion industry emerging from the woodwork, their prospects are positively supercharged, and we think you'll regret not getting invested now. If you want any part of the multi-billion-dollar cannabis boom, this is a company we think you should have in your portfolio. So, due to the urgency of this recent development, Motley Fool co-founders David and Tom Gardner just released a brand new report detailing how this one stock could potentially mint its own marijuana millionaires. The report is called One Stock for the Cannabis Boom. It reveals the reasons why we think every forward-looking investor should be paying close attention to this revolutionary new industry and what might be a potentially life-changing investment opportunity. This report is free to you when you sign up for Stock Advisor today. Now, why should you listen to the experts at Stock Advisor? Well, Motley Fool Stock Advisor has been helping investors find great stocks since 2002. And though not every pick is done as well as these, the full list of winners is much longer. But here's the bottom line. Over the last 17 years, Motley Fool Stock Advisor's average stock pick has returned 322%. And that's more than quadrupling the return of the S&P 500 over that time period. So, simply enter your email address to learn about the one stock we think you need in your portfolio for the coming cannabis boom.